Dear children, land is a resource of utmost importance. This we are very much confirmed now. And in this run itself, we know that how many things are possible just because of land as a resource. But the fact is also there that because the land is used for so many things, it is also causing or it is actually victimized for land degradation. Now, when I use the word land degradation, it means when the land becomes unfit for any type of use, especially the agriculture. Land is a resource just because it is useful. But if it is not useful for any other thing, then we call it as the land degradation. So, there are definitely some threats to this particular resource. There are two types of threats. The first one is the natural threat, and another one, the second, there are man-made threats. In the natural threats, we have all these as written in the pie chart. Land can get degraded by these things such as water eroded. Now, water eroded area, generally this occurs during the flood. Whenever there is a flood, huge amount of topsoil it gets eroded. During the flood, the rocks and all they come up and then it degrades the land. Sometimes because of water, excessive collection of water, the land will become alkaline and saline also due to excessive logging or water logging. So this is how naturally land gets degraded due to the water. We have another reason or another cause naturally degrading land, that is forest degraded area. Now on one hand we study that forests are actually upgrading the land, then how the forests are degrading this. Here they are talking about the forest fires, which is generally taken into a natural phenomena. Now whenever there is a forest fire, huge number of ashes, degradation of plants and animals, wildlife, forested region, this occurs. And of course that land becomes unfit for the use because of excessive accumulation of ashes also. Third which we have, that is alkaline and saline land. Now alkaline and saline land, whenever there is excessive heat or maybe excessive cold also, extreme cold, maybe the like snow covering regions and all, at that time the land can become saline and alkaline. Even excessive water accumulation also will convert the soil into the saline and alkaline soils. Wind eroded area. Deserts are the best example. In the desert, you know that there is no fixed land, of course. The land is not fixed because there is constantly the erosion caused by the wind. So these are the things or these are the reasons naturally degrading the land. And these lands, they are not for any use. Now moving on to the man-made. Now human beings are using the resources, especially the land, for many purposes. And the first and foremost purpose, which is degrading the land on a very large scale, that is mining. So here these are the list of human induced land degradation techniques. Mining. Now what happens during the mining? Mining generally of different types, as we all have studied. Mining, here is an example which is given that it is open cast mining, where they have started digging from the top and then they went on digging underground, and after the complete minerals are over in this particular mining area, they have left the land like this, which leaves the deep scars and traces of overburdening. That means exploitation has occurred of lots of resources being exploited, and accordingly the land is left out. We find such example in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. If you will see these regions, Jharkhand, the name itself was after the lots of forest cover, Jharkhand, land of trees. Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, these are all the forested areas. but they are also the part of the Chotanagpur Plateau. Hence, they are rich in minerals. So, they were rich in two types of resources, forest also and minerals also. So, here we have cutting of forest. Lots of deforestation has occurred. So, that was one thing which has caused land degradation. Moreover, after the excavation of minerals, they have left the land like this, and that is another kind of land degradation. We have second, overgrazing. Overgrazing is causing land degradation. As you have studied that the number of pasture lands are reducing, and the cattle population is same or it is increasing. So it means the small amount of grazing lands are having the pressure, that is overburdening. Before the new grass is grown, it is completely removed by the cattle population. And whenever the cattle will have the complete use of the grasses, what will happen when the grass is uprooted? It will loosen the soil on the top, and such kind of loose soil is very much prone to the water, wind kind of erosion. It will be easily carried out by any of the agent of the erosion. So here we have, like, if you have overgrazing, it will cause land degradation, it will cause soil erosion, and even loss of useful species. As in the top layer of the soil, you are having maximum amount of species which are useful to the soil fertility and all, even they all will be removed. Such kind of land degradation examples we find mainly in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Gujarat, Rajasthan and Maharashtra, we have number of grasslands of course in these regions, and Madhya Pradesh there are few patches of grasslands in the forested region, and these are overused and hence the land degradation. Third, over irrigation. Over irrigation, that is excessive water supply through the irrigation when the force is very fast, and in that the soil will be taken away. Or sometimes excessive water will be clogged, water logging, it will increase the salinity and alkalinity also. Now this is found in Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh. The land is very fertile over there. And here Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, Green Revolution is very successful. So they have well developed irrigation systems. And these systems only is causing the land degradation. One hand definitely these chemicals and all, but over irrigation is main cause. We have next, that is mineral processing. Now mineral processing, especially of that is of cement and ceramic industries, where the limestone or bauxite, such kind of minerals are getting processed. As we are aware, for cement and ceramic you require limestone, we require bauxite. And what is the tendency of cement and ceramic? First of all, it is very fine, and wherever that cement and ceramic industries are there, so these fine particles, they move into the air and then they settle down on the land nearby. So these huge dust, it retards the infiltration of water, and we know that cement and ceramic, once it is in contact with the water, it becomes hard, and they do not allow the water to seep inside. That means the land will get degraded wherever it is settling down. So yes, this is mineral processing causing land degradation. We have industrial effluents also. Now how industrial effluents and land degradation is related? We are using the water, industrial effluents, in order to pour into the river, and that has polluted the water. After the water is over, human beings have started dumping these industrial effluents into the land also. Landfills also they are called as. Sometimes the rivers where they are dumping the water, wastewater, that is also causing land degradation of the nearby land regions. So this is how all these human actions, they are causing the land degradation. Moving to the conservation techniques. So conservation, because we have to save our land for the future generation, because now we are not only seeing the development, but we have to think from the point of view of the sustainable development. And in a sustainable development, we have to use the resources today very carefully and conserve it for the future. So the very first technique by which we can conserve our land resource is doing afforestation. Lots and lots of trees has to be planted, and because of that the land will be upgrading. The second, building shelter belts. Now shelter belts especially for the agricultural field. Here there is a figure where you will see that there is a cropping region. You have the area which is having the crops. So fields are there, and on the right hand side dominant wind. It means there is a strong wind blowing in this particular direction. If we allow these winds to blow, then what can happen? That the top layer of the agricultural field soil may get eroded. And hence, in order to stop the wind flow, in between we find number of times that there is a line of tall trees they plant, so that what will happen, the wind will get obstructed and this will not cause the soil erosion and in turn the land degradation also. Such kind of shelter belts are generally built in the coastal regions such as Kerala. You are aware, Kerala, good for agriculture, but at the same time it is a coastal region also. So then near the coastal line they built such kind of shelter belts which will prevent their fields from getting eroded. These are the ways by which they can do that. Here you will see in between they are planting the shelter belts which will obstruct the wind, of course. The next technique, that is stabilization of sand dunes. Now in the desertic region, it is very difficult to get the land first of all. There is no land which is fixed because every time the sand is getting eroded by the wind. So we have to stabilize it first. Once it is stabilized, then only we can think of doing some kind of plantation or use of that. In order to do that, they plant the thorny bushes or such kind of grasses over there which will bind the soil and that will stabilize the sand dune. In due course of time, water will get accumulated and these regions will turn into a useful land. We have next technique, control on mining activities. Now control on mining activities, we cannot stop extracting minerals. We are keeping some of them as the reserves, but we are using the minerals. But the thing which we can do, that after the excavation, now these all were the mining sites. You can see the scars, of course. These were reforested again. So instead of leaving them as it is, as we have seen in the first picture, they can be reforested, they can be refilled with the soil and all, and they can be reused. So this can be a best technique, of course, to stop the land degradation by mining. Wastelands or the wetland management is there. Like whichever lands are not properly used, or there might be wetlands, marshy lands and all, if we use them properly, then they can be also turned into a fertile soil and fertile land. And at last, instead of throwing the industrial effluents directly into the land and the water, we should first of all give the proper treatment to them and then we can use them properly. So this is how the land degradation will be caused, but if we use the proper conservation techniques, we can conserve the land for the future also. Here we end with our land resource. Thank you.